Hey guys, continuing with the Exhortation to Philosophy by Iamblichus, chapter 8. In the next few paragraphs, Iamblichus talks about friends, what the people that a man calls friends. And what I will say now is I tried to make it as close as to what he says, but it's a little bit paraphrased and a little bit of my interpretation because it's not too clear from the text. Well, I couldn't quite clearly understand what he means, so I had to interpret it. Essentially, he says, we call people friends. Why? Who do we call friends? It's people who we know intimately, who we know intimate things about. And second, people who are pleasant to us, who give us pleasure. And thus, if we look at a range of people, those who we call friends, they will have these two qualities. He says, and we want to spend time with them and so forth. He says, then surely the same applies to knowledge and wisdom, intimate knowledge, and gives us pleasure. So in several chapters, Iamblichus says that happiness or felicity is either wisdom or is part of wisdom or is basically somehow related to wisdom very, very closely, to the extent that it could be wisdom, could be what is good. And he proves it in various ways, as we talked about in previous videos. So the way I understand this part is because we have a kind of like an innate desire and drive to be closer with some people. This drive that is pushing us is essentially based on us knowing these people, knowing a lot about them, and feeling good with them. So these two drives, in the same way, drive us towards wisdom. Essentially, to know somebody, to have the truth, is part of wisdom already. So we're driven towards friends, driven towards some people, based on our knowledge of them. That essentially, the way I understand it, is part of wisdom. We have a bit of wisdom and that drives us towards those people. And if we feel good with them also, and that is also wisdom, happiness. That's how I understand this. So the way I think he wants to use it is to say that this is proof that we should still seek wisdom and knowledge, because this is essentially, I guess, because this is higher than this. And if we enjoy friends already, we'll enjoy wisdom and knowledge even more. That's how I understand it. Because of the two key principles that apply to friends, that create friends, also apply to wisdom and are essentially part of wisdom. So another way this could be argued is because wisdom exists, we find friends and people. Because these two principles could be argued are wisdom, essentially. That's my spin on it. That would be quite nice. That's it. Next video we'll talk about the next couple of arguments that he makes. And click on the video if a video appears now on YouTube, and I'll meditate for 15 seconds while YouTube shows these videos.